Oh Lord. All right. Yeah, that was a little powwow. You don't mind if we do you? All right. We on our way in. Yeah, we on our way. All right. Give us about one more minute. We jumping in because we on the network now. We just not in Facebook and YouTube. We on a network. 802, 803, almost 803. It jumps on the Roku channel. It jumps on all the other channels. So we're processing in right now. That's why I'm on time. 8 o'clock. I'm on time. We're getting ready to go in live on. We will be live on the Roku. and live stream. You can go to YouTube and catch this site, and you'll be able to go to right here on Facebook. That's where you're at now. So there's many ways this show is being watched. Let me say good evening, Pam. Pam. All the way from Dallas. Yeah. All right, we got one more minute, so just rock with me on the music. Your soul not anchored, anchored to Jesus Christ, you surely. Lindsay on here. Oh yeah, getting ready to have a little fun tonight. Yeah, we'll be posting some stuff. Yeah. I see many of you done climbed on up in here. Yeah. We're going to get ready to run through this tonight. We're going to have a good time. All right, let me go ahead and start processing it on in. All right. I see y'all coming in. I'm finna run on in and run on through. We are live here on Facebook, and we're live on YouTube, and we're live now on Roku TV and what is that, Fire Stick and other sites that we're on. They're about to looks like we're picking up sponsors left and right here now that wants to take every last one of these shows and make them on television somehow. But we're gonna let them do what they do. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Greeting Latasha Garden. We keep going. So tonight we're dealing with secrets in the church. We're gonna talk about some protocols in the church and some things that are in the church that should and need to be addressed here. I don't know if you've been watching the news, and I watch the news, and you see some things on these TV shows in the midnight hour that you see people are doing that they have no business doing. And yeah, I'm gonna call some names because I ain't gonna be afraid of you. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I believe you should be called out on it. I don't care who you are. I think everybody that's doing wrong in the church needs to be dealt with. And we're going to talk about some of these secrets in these churches that's going on and how and why and how it's being promoted tonight. So put your seatbelts on, and we're getting ready to go for a ride here. And I promise you, it's going to be a good ride. I hope you can get a good understanding tonight of understanding how God's house is ran. First of all, let's get an understanding. God's house is an organism, not an organization. It should be ran according to the spiritual side, the organism, not your professional side. The business part is when you're behind the door. He said behind the doors, basically, indirectly. He said, but directly means be business, being men, meaning take care of the business of the church and be men's about it. But when you cross over into the synagogue, into the temple, there should be no more personal business in the church, but rather the organism of God. The spiritual part of it should be in the church, not our personal agenda. So I was watching the news on last night, and y'all, we're going to get off in it. We got this Juanita Bynum. She's been from one situation to another. She lied on her husband like a bunch of these women do that leave and get caught in a mess and want to blame the man. To me, she signifies to be a Jezebel. Now, when I say a Jezebel, I need to say what I'm saying, and I mean to say what I'm saying. A Jezebel. And that's where she's behavior is signified. She's now on TV selling prayer for $1,400 and $1,499. I want y'all to hear me well when I say this. She's on TV selling prayer for $1,499. When did we get permission to sell prayer? I guess they sell y'all all these lying prophecies and fake prophecies, and you're gullible. You get up in these $100 line, and you get up in the $50 line, a $20 line, and yeah, you're getting up in here these $500 line, $1,000 line. I guess now it's okay now to say a prayer in the church now with the Shah. Babies, y'all need to get y'all self together. Don't you know the Bible say, do not cast your pearls before the swine? You ain't got no business walking in God's house buying nothing. And the church ain't got no business selling nothing out of the church. Did not the scriptures teach us and say he went in the temples and beat the disciples out the temple for selling dinners, selling clothes? If the church cannot be of a help to you, you have no business being in that church. I'm gonna talk about it tonight. I'm gonna have me a little fun here because I don't go to churches and tell these churches I need an honorarium when I go. God designed me, and I tell you, he's been taking care of me. He gives me everything I need and everything that my desires and my wants. He give it to me. People say, how you be making it, how you driving these, how you live like you live. God, because I take care of his business. And when you take care of God's business, he'll take care of you. You ain't got no business buying and selling nothing out of the church. The church supposed to be a blessing to the community. When the person walks in and say in the community, I live in this community and my electric bill is due, they gonna cut me off. They ain't got time to be hearing about no prayer. When the tax collectors came to Mark and asked Mark, have y'all paid y'all tithes, y'all taxes? Mark lied, tried to take up for Jesus the Christ. Said we paid them. The folks said we going back and look at the records, and if y'all ain't paid them, we coming back. By the time they figure out, Mark had them made it to Jesus and said, Jesus, the tax people that came here, and I told them we paid our taxes. Did we pay our taxes? Now, wait a minute. Ain't Mark the book holder? You know, the book teaches about Mark being the book holder. He holds the finances. He knew they hadn't paid him, and Jesus looked at him and said, I'm not going to let your lie be a lie. I'm going to make your lie be true. Go down, buy the net. And I'm cutting and pasting and paraphrasing. Go down there and buy the fish, down there by the river, down there by the bank. It's going to be a fish going to come up and swim to open his mouth and go pay your taxes, pay the church taxes, and pay my taxes too. Now, that's the Bible. I don't understand how we got people that living in the community and the children is hungry and the homeless is under the bridge. And these people are hungry, don't have electric in their homes, they don't have the water in their home, and they can't even go to the church and ask the church for nothing because the church is living off the money, per se, all of you that are employed on the church. Now, the people that need help can't get help because the pastor is on payroll. He's getting $15,000 to $2,000 a Sunday. And then when he get through getting his $15,000 to $2,000 a Sunday, you got the musician getting their $500 to $800. And then when you get through, you got to pay Sister Margaret, and you got to pay Sister Brother Moden, and you got to pay everybody. Everybody on payroll. And by the time the church get through raising $1,800, somebody ain't getting paid. So then you got KR. They ain't paid me for my service. You just in the church for an envelope. I'm gonna tell on you tonight. You in the church for an envelope, and God gonna get you. Woe unto you. He said, bring ye all the tithes and offerings into the storehouse. This is why I'm not live from the church anymore. Because God got on me about being live in the church. He said, forget not to assemble. I said, to forget not to assemble themselves in the house of the Lord. Then I turned around and said, bring ye all the tithes and offering into my house, that they may, into the storehouse, that they may be meat in my house. So I cannot able you to disobey God. I cannot able you to tell you you got to send your tithes through some cash apps and stuff. You got to bring it. It said bring it. You know, we don't like to be obedient. You know, when he told the disciples, he said, straightway go and get in the boat and go on the other side. They lagged around. And this is why they ran into a bunch of storms, because they laid around and lagged. When he said straightway, that means do it exactly the way I tell it. If you go back and you read up on when he turned the barrels, the water, where the water stayed, he gave the flavor, he put a flavor in, but left the water the same. Yeah, well, do your homework on that theology. You'll learn something from that. But anyway, he said, go and fill the barrels and then put the lid and come back and tell me. They didn't do that. They filled the barrel, put the lid on, and call themselves going to go back and drink. And Jesus said unto them when they came in, he said, man, we did what you said. Ain't no wine in them barrels. He said, you do what I asked you to do. Did you come back and tell me that you did what I told you to do? They said, no. He said, now go back. And when they went back, one come back drunk saying, you the most righteous, and Jesus got angry. And Jesus said, thou fool, remember thy soul is required on tomorrow. I'm telling you, until we do exactly what he told us to do and how to do it, we're going to continue to be in this circle we in. There'll be no healing in the church. There'll be no deliverance in the church. There'll be no breakthrough in the church. It will be just a ritual. Can't you tell? You go to church right now, you go to church Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, and there is nothing going on in the church. There is no miracle. There is no financial breakthrough. There is nothing going on in the church. Just you showing up, clapping your hand, and the Spirit of God, we making ourselves now feel the Spirit of God. The truth of the matter is the temple is almost the spirit of Ichabod has crept into the church. I'm going to give you the truth. You don't go to church and bring your natural problems with you. When you cross over the threshold, the door of that synagogue, that temple, you should be automatically in a spiritual praise mode. That's what we should be in. Now we got people standing in the pulpit that we done gave tithes and offering to and built them up to almost to be God. And you got people like Juanita Bynum on here selling prayer for $1,499. When you can get on your own knees and pray for your own self. The Bible say he'll hear your prayer, especially a sinner's prayer if it's repentant. You mean to tell me you don't even believe in your own prayer? You rather pay somebody $1,499 to pray for you? Oh, Lord, folks. Pastor Kevin, I see you on here, Doc. Good to see you. You own, not him. You mean to tell me y'all calling and paying somebody $1,499 to pray for you? That's down here on earth with you? Oh, Lord. You're right, Pastor White. We need to wake up. Y'all need to tag and share somebody. You need to wake up. How long will you let them fool you and be with you out of your belonging? And guess what? When you pay tribute to this, you cast your prayer up before these people, you have just cursed yourself. So get ready for your finances to be in trouble. And a lot of you on here tonight, and some of you that are going to watch this later, you're going to find out tonight why your finances is in trouble. Because you done bless whom the Lord done curse, and you done curse whom the Lord done bless. You remember Bailey, God on the jackass called himself, going to go curse whom the Lord bless and going to bless whom the Lord curse. And the jackass saw the angel standing there with a sword, and he got off. The jackass throwed him off. And when he did look up, he saw the angel standing there with a sword in the hand. Let me tell you something. I don't care if it's me, you, or anybody else. You do not go blessing whom the Lord has cursed. Anytime somebody's setting up in the church using the prayer to sell to you, baby, they are selling you a curse. You better hear what I'm telling you. You want to live, you better get out from around these people. Can't you see all these pastors dying in the church? Can't you see it? Can't you see the handwriting on the wall that he said judgment shall begin up in my house, and it is happening right now in the church? Y'all sitting here with this foolishness. And I want to touch not only him, but I want to touch this whitehead down there in, I guess it's Chicago. Brother, I like you, but you can't look like a pimp and a sugar daddy. You can't look like somebody from the street that's on the rap game, and then on Sunday morning pull your earrings out your ear and pull off this thug and put on the uniform of Christ and want somebody to follow you. That's the reason why they come into your church and acting a fool, because when you leave out the building, you look like them, you act like them, and you rolling like them. They need to see the difference between holiness and unholy. You can't tell me you looking like Mr. P and Jay-Z with these rock diamonds earrings, and I ain't never gonna hate on you because I like prosperity. You look good. All of your clothes and stuff look good on you. I like it. But there's a time and a place for it to be. And in the church, it has no business in the church. Your personal attire has no business in the church. And this goes for every pastor, every bishop, every apostle, the fivefold ministry. You need to know the protocol of the church, because now you have brought your personal dress code in the church. Look at where it started. Your personal dress code, now your personal attitude, now your personal life is in the church. And now God is sitting back looking like, well, I thought this was my house. And they that worship me must worship me in spirit and truth. Why are you coming into my house looking like you the rising star and shine, like you and God twin? You got more pastors sitting in their pulpit now, just sitting there like they grand and wonderful. God ain't ordained that mess. They that worship me must worship me in spirit and truth, not your garment. Just because a man got on diamonds and she got on pearl don't mean she and he is of God. Y'all better pay attention. Secret says in the church, this is a business for these people. They are making money off you. You are sending their children to college. You're paying for their vacation. You're paying for their Rolls Royce. You're paying for all that. And I know, Bishop Whitehead, you give a whole lot to your community. You do. You give it. And the things that you encounter, you should have never encountered. But I'm saying to you, because the way you're dressing and the way you're acting in the community, they feel like you're one of them. So it's easy for them to rob you. It's easy for them to come to your church and act a fool in your church. Don't you let them people get you out of character. Change the way you look when you walk into that church. Change the way you look in the street. Wear your Gucci, but take the thug caps and the thug earrings and all that gold off of you. Let them see you. Let the God that you serve in you, Bishop Whitehead, serve the people, not you serve the people personally. Because when you serve them personally, they become common, and then when you do that, you got a problem on your hand, and it's erupted in your church. I like it that you drive that Rolls. Man, look at here. I love the car. Well, I don't like Rolls because I have Bentleys. I have two of them. They're not my car. But I like to see a brother looking good, smelling good, got the best on him, and not gay. I respect you, brother. But you losing my respect in the same office that you carry by the way you look when you leave the pulpit. You should look the same way in the pulpit when you walk into the grocery store. You should look the same way that you look in the pulpit when you go out and get in your car and go where you go. People ought to see the God in you, not the success in you. Because you said God chose you. You said God called you. You said God made you be who you are. You welcome to call me, brother. I'm in your corner. A lot of this you going through, you shouldn't be going through, but it's what your garments is causing. And a lot of people don't know in the church, it's the garments that's causing the things that's happening to us. If a man pull up on you and rob you, he hungry, ain't got no money, needs something for his family, he gonna rob you because you got everything he need on you. We can't shine in the house of God, brethren, sisters. We got to shine. We got to let God shine in his house. And we shine in our own personal home. You can't do it. Protocol. I want to do it. That's right, Pastor White. If the heart don't change, the outside don't change. So I want to deal with protocols in the church tonight, starting with the pastors, the head. That's it. We outshining God. I got you, Pastor. Listen, I want to start the protocol. I want to start tonight with the top of the head, pastors. Now, I'm not an honorary. I am a graduate. I finished this, and then I got my theology from God. I went to the Houston Presbyterian College of Bishops. My epistles reach all the way to the Vaticans. Sure, I can write a letter and it can be answered in no time, dealing with anything. But what I learned in class and what I learned with God is never bring your personal business into his house. We as men, now this is going to get a little rocket here, but I don't care who like it, don't like it. I'm going to give you the truth because I ain't going to hell for telling you a lie for popularity. I'm going to tell you the truth. We as men need to get back to the protocol. We're using the church for self-glamorous and notoriety. How? Glad you asked. You done bought the animals in the church that you done bought. And and listen to me. I have, and I've been guilty, but now I'm facing the gun. I wear my alligator belt. I wear the head of the alligator is still on my belt. I'm just telling you, my alligator shoes. I wear all that in church. And I look good in my stuff. My crocodile and my St. John's and tailor-made suits and all that. The people see me more than they see God. I understand now why God gave us garments to wear. You notice that the garment that he puts on us to wear is to hide us. It don't show your masculine muscles while you in them. It don't show your print of who you are as a man. It's just a robe. And with that robe being on, it hides you from the people's eyes, but get their minds and their eyes on God. They wore the garment for a reason. And I remember the scripture as I'm speaking to you, when God told them, remove not their own ancient landmark. Remember to hold fast to the things that were once delivered by the old saints. We need to get back in our garments. No pastor, and I've already sent a message out to every eagle-eyed pastor that's in the fellowship. On Sunday morning, you need to be in your attire. The clergy shirt is for a reason. The clergy collar is for a reason. The robe is there for a reason. You need to have on the garments of the church. Bless our heart, we done got so bad now, brethren, we notarizing the women to become leaders. And God ain't ordained that nowhere in the Bible. She can't be a head, sir. She's a helper. She cannot be a head. And you place her in a head position, God gonna get you. Because you are the head and she's a helpmeet to you. So how in the world did she come into the church being the head? I see these men married to these women and now they deacons and all that. I don't have a problem with a woman being a bishop. I don't have a problem with a woman being an apostle. But my thing is, you can't be none of that without a head. Where is your husband? And he must wear that title in order for you to wear it. I'm going to say that one more time. I don't have a problem with a woman being a bishop. I don't have a problem with a woman being an apostle or in the fivefold ministry. But she cannot be none of that fivefold ministry if her husband is not in that fivefold ministry. Where your husband at? Where your head at? I ain't never seen the body going nowhere without a head. We done messed up and ran the men's out of the church. The men don't even want to be in the church no more. And since they ain't there, we got to find the women to put them in position and put them over churches and let them, because we're using them for notoriety and popularity and gang sake. God gonna get you. He gonna get us. I'm telling you. Fruit Boss gonna get us. He gonna get us. Because he's already given us the structure and all. You know better to place a woman over a man. Even Paul came back and said, a woman shall not have authority or worship authority over man. Now this is a Bible scholar. The Bible speaks very highly of Paul. Sit with the best of the best, sit with the kings and the governors. He sat with them. And at the end, he said, in all my education that I've got, I regret to tell you, brother, that I didn't get to know God spiritually, but I got to know him naturally. You gotta understand. You gotta understand the responsibility of a head. You don't take a helpmeet and place her in the head. It's against the rules of God. Now, as long as her husband is there, he's an apostle, she carried the identity of her husband. That's why they say we become one flesh. So whatever he is in the flesh and in the spiritual realm, that's what she is. But she do not move without her husband. Then it says the man must be blameless, husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, and in good behavior, giving hospitality, and appointed to teach. That's the Bible, Pam. That's the book. But we're using them, women's, as padded mule. We don't run the men's and we don't run the men's out now, and then I run the women. They got the women's in there. The women's gonna run out next. And then what you gonna use now? The children? You're gonna find the babies and put them in the pulpit, and tell them, look at here, get up on that stool to preach the gospel. And you need to raise an offering when you get through. God gonna get us every last one. I know a lot of you don't want to hear this. I know a lot of you, oh no, I ain't gonna get on this here. I don't want to hear this here. I know you don't want to hear. But let me tell you something. The Bible says you shall perish for the lack of knowledge. If you had any sense, you would want to hear this message. And you would take heed to this message, lest you don't perish. God ain't ordained no woman without a head. She need a head. She need a covering. And a woman said, and then God said, I'll protect the church even as I die for the church. So shall the man die for his wife. How can a woman walk in leadership position unless she ready to die for who she shepherding? But the Bible says a shepherd will lay down his life. Notice the word his life, not her life, his life for the sheep. He will go into the darkness and danger to get that one sheep out. And the Bible said that sheep blood is on his hand. I'm asking tonight, while we're alive tonight, how much blood is on your hand, preacher? How much? And I see you, Pastor White, you say you have class, you only have 3 to 4 men. I'm telling you, keep going with the 3 and 4 and teach them 3 and 4 how to reach out and get other men. The Bible say he that winneth souls must win them wise. Keep up the good work. Despise not the small thing. Keep working it. After a while, you keep working and stop worrying about the numbers. Just do what the Lord told you to do. And watch they start showing up. I know the problems is down in the bucket. They don't trust the church, don't trust the pastor, because the pastor can't keep his pants up. He's sleeping with the women. Some of them are sleeping with the men and the women, and then they're sleeping with the children too. It's just a sex orgy in the church now. Y'all don't see this because on Sunday morning, you too busy jumping and shouting and dancing. But you don't know you dancing in front of the sheep that's dressed up in, the wolf dancing that's dressed up in sheep clothing. You don't even know it. Snatching your pocketbook, looking at the children, looking at your wife, looking at your husband. All of you ain't nothing but a Ponzi scheme in these churches that's selling you stuff. Bewitching you every Sunday. You need to pay your tithe. The Bible say pay 10%, not 20%. Not 30%, not a bonus. Believe God and double your tithe. He didn't tell you. It said in the giving offering of your choice. Anyone that will coerce you to give outside more than what God told you to do is not of God. Because God gave instruction. Give your 10% that is due to me and an offering of your choice. No pastor, no prophet, no fivefold ministry have no business overstepping their boundary, telling you you need to give more money on your Sunday morning service, Sunday night service. We're in revival. We want to raise $5,000 tonight because we got a guest speaker and the bills got to be paid. I don't know no electric bill costs $1,000 a night. Tell me where it come from. And if you showed me that, I want to see the bill, and I'm going to go check it out and tell you, we're going to get you some help. I'm going to pay the legal action to get you some help. Stop all that lying. You're raising money because you got a project you're trying to get done, but you're telling the people it's for God, but the truth is you the God behind the scene. I am the Apostle of Mark Thomas, and I stand behind this message I'm talking tonight. Quit robbing God, and y'all can stop them from robbing God when you stop disobeying God. Obey God. He asked you nothing but your 10% and your tithe. And when it's his house, he will take care of his house. He didn't tell nobody. And some of you preachers on here tonight that's watching this in the background think I don't see you. Lucia, I see you right now. I see where you stand there. Let me tell you something. You can't take care of God's house if you ain't taking care of your own house. You can't take care of God's house. You're an infidel. Up the street and down the street taking care of God's house and your family. You think you're going to glory? Let me tell you tonight. You're going straight to hell because the Bible says your household come first. That wife come first. He didn't tell you to put him first, brother. He said put her first. If her life coming down, you shall lay down your life for her sake. So how can he be first in your life when he's telling you to lay down your life for your wife's sake first? And your children. You are the protector. You are the guardian of your household. But you're down here in God's house, leaving your wife like no wonder the deacon screwing her backwards. Oh Lord, let me move on. Let me quit. No wonder the men in your church running through your doors. No wonder. Try to talk about you taking care of God's business and your wife at home lonely in the bedroom. I wish my husband, I'm taking care of the Lord's business. How can two walk together and say they be in agreement? How can you preach the gospel and you and your wife is not on one accord? I had to learn that. Unequally yoked with a fool. That's what I was married to. Don't know which way they going. Don't know which way up or down. And here I am standing up on Sunday morning preaching. But look how much better I can preach now. I ain't got a headache in the world and I'm unequally yoked. Come on. Now when I stand up there and preach, my spirit man is free. Everything about me is free. And then the people can receive properly from God because my spirit is not congested and he can enter in. Down the street taking care of somebody else's business and tell you down the street taking care of God's business and your household going without. You are a failure. Let me be the one to tell you, been there, done that. You are a failure. And you see yourself going in a circle, redundant, and redundant. You steady going in that same circle and you wondering why. You're an infidel. You can't take care of God when it says first natural to you and spiritual to him, and then said from him first spiritual, then natural to us. You got to get your natural man right first, then get your want to fix Earl Carter. That's what you taught us. Your Earl Carter, he taught us this here, and I love it. Get your want to fix because so you can get there and be free. And your spirit man can be lifted up. And then you ready. After Earl Carter been warning us, left and right. Man is telling the truth. He ain't lying on nobody. Telling the truth. Man loved to preach the gospel. He's a true doctrine. But you'll kill him off for telling the truth. Talking about you coaching folk. And I know who you are. My family founded the church, so I ain't never scared to talk to none of you. You'll kill him off for telling the truth, but you will promote, and I'm going to say this wide on here, you will promote an abomination. When did an abomination have the right to speak to the saints and tell them what thus said the Lord? When the Bible says he is an abomination. You'll promote that, but you won't promote a man with truth. Y'all get with these, oh bless God, y'all get with these people that sit up on the internet and gavels against these people and rage against them, try to tear them down, and you get right with them. Yeah, that's right. And I'm going to tell y'all something else about a pastor or any of the 5-4 men. You want God to deal with him, shut your mouth up and watch how fast God deliver him over to his hand and deal with him. But because you running your mouth, he'll let it keep going because you are giving him his punishment. By talking about him, putting him down, doing all that crazy stuff. You are punishing him. So there's no need for God to punish him. You punishing him. But he said, if you shut your mouth, I'll fight your battle. You'll kill an honest man and promote a wicked man. What kind of mess is this? But you saved and sanctified. Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized with what? With the devil? With demons? We ain't right. I can't talk about y'all without talking about me because it's going to take us together to make a great change here. I can't do it by myself. I need you and you need me. We got to do this thing together. We so busy hating on each other, putting each other down, destroying one another, and thinking God is in our church building on Sunday morning. He ain't nowhere near that. You dancing off of the music, honey. Let the music stop. I promise you, you won't be dancing. You'll find out if the spirit of God in there. Let that music. Don't you know music is a spirit? Don't you know that music make you, baby, you be riding down the street. I don't care how saved you are. They turn on that Johnny Taylor. Y'all, come on, keep it real with me. They turn on that Johnny Taylor, that Bobby Brookland, and they play it right. Your feet gonna start to move into that music. It gonna get, oh, shucks. Y'all don't want to keep it real with me. You want to see real worship in your church, cut the music off. Let the people lift their voices on their own. Take this professionalism out the church. Now we done went from a choir to a praise team with 4 mics, 5 mics, because we want the professional voices. We don't put the strings behind us. They digital, dim the light, dancing like, are we at church or at a disco or at the club or a social lounge? Where are we, people? I'm just trying to get an understanding. Where are we? Bless our heart. We let the people come into the church. That's it, Pastor, a quick fix. We letting the people come into the church. I mean, if you go to an evening ball, you got to put on something real nice and decent. When you go before the president, you cannot go into the White House with a regular shirt and pants on. They're going to make you put on a shirt and tie and a suit and some pants. They got suits that they'll buy for you right there on the spot. Trust me. Seen it done. But you want to come in God's house talking about, he said, come as we are. And y'all let them. I don't play that at Eagle Eye Fellowship. I will turn you around at the front door. You ain't coming up on that front bench with no short dress on, because they gonna mother gonna tell you, baby, come on, you gonna sit behind this bench here and put this over your leg. These young people want to be told the truth. These young people want to be told it's wrong to do what they're done. But we'll become lascivious. We don't become weak in the church, and we'll let anything come because we're so desperate to have some members in the church. And now you got church full of demons in hell. Nobody can deliver, and you sitting there lollygagging like you got it going on. And the whole church, including the whole church and you, on y'all way straight to hell. Look around you. They all dance alike. How you speak in tongue like me? How you dance like me? You a copycat. Everybody God blesses, he blesses them different, and you're supposed to have an interpreter in the building when you speak in tongue. They just stand up there. You don't know what the folk are. They talk about. Come on, get in your prayer language. Your prayer language. I thought to say if you speak in tongue as the Spirit give other. How did you get a prayer language? Oh, Lord. Y'all, you see how you don't read the Bible for yourself? You just go along with this foolishness in the church? He said they spoke in tongue in the upper room as the Spirit gave utterance. How y'all get a prayer tongue? Please help me. Won't y'all help me tonight? Won't you help me? Explain to me. I'm honorable. Please teach me tonight, because I see it in the Bible. This is not of God. This is some fixtures, cosmetic, that men we have allowed to creep into the church. We have allowed these mess to pop into the church. And now look at the church condition. Another thing I ran into. You in the church, you say the church is a healing spot and a deliverance spot. It's all of that, and God is in the church. Please explain to me why y'all ran masks in the church. How you wearing a mask in the church, but the Lord thou God is a healer? The blood that give me strength from day to day. It will never, ever lose its power, for his blood reaches to your highest mountain, flow to the lowest valley. But you got a mask on in the church. I'm going to talk about y'all for about 15 more minutes, and I'm going to turn you loose, let you go lick your wound. Because you are denying the power thereof. If you walk in God's house, know that he's a healer and a deliverer. Not if he gonna do it, I know that he is. So if I lose my life for his sake, I'm gonna find it again. My life, not eternal life. He said your life. So that means he's not gonna let it kill you. It will not destroy you. Know why you got to wear that mask? Because you ain't got no real worship. Oh yeah, you gotta praise. We see that. I love it. I love to see these churches on that dance and shout. They gotta praise, but they ain't got no true praise, but they gotta praise. He said, let everything that have breath praise the Lord. You gotta praise, but then the true praise is a copycat praise, but you gotta praise. But where is your worship? Tell me where your worship at. They don't believe, Pastor. Denying the power thereof. Go to church Sunday after Sunday and still leave crippled and tore up, broke, busted, and crazy, despair, psychologically sick, mentally sick, heartbroken. You go to church and leave the same way you came. How long you gonna keep going to the church and leaving the same way you came? Why you go to church? What you going for? Why are you going? The pastor's the hypocrite. The musician's the hypocrite. You got these homosexuals sitting on the organ and lesbians sitting there arguing in the church, girl looking like a boy. And you won't say nothing. You're a dumb dog that won't bark. Got these boys walking in here looking like girls in the church. And you won't say nothing about it because you want popularity and notoriety. Protocol. Where is the protocol in the church? There is none. Ain't no protocol because everything goes now because I want to be the popular pastor. Yeah, I'm back. It was froze up for a minute there, but I'm back. We got so much going on in the church now. They got the Deacon's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Usher Day, Musician Day, Lay Members Day, and God is saying, when y'all gonna give me my day? Every day's supposed to be his day. Why you don't have his day promoted? You got everybody else's day but God's day. Lord have mercy. We don't run the deacons out the church now. God put deacons in the church for a reason. We don't run the deacons out the church because they want to take over the offering. Shut up, deacon. This is let me handle the offering. This is let me handle the money. So they go down the street and get this alligator shoes off your money and come back and tell them, look what the Lord blessed me with. Now look what you robbed God to get. Yeah. Look what you robbed God to get. That's what you did. And he coming to your house to get everything back out of it. Some of you I hate to tell you, some of you and your children, your wife, y'all gonna start feeling this stuff real soon. Some of you already feeling it, but it's finna get worse. Judgment, if it begin up in his household, and if it go to your house, and he gonna come there like the little leprechaun. Where's me gold? Where is me gold? You remember that leprechaun came there? That man said, I ate it, I swallowed. He said, well, you know I got to have it. He cut his stomach open, got that gold out of there, and that's what God gonna do. He gonna cut you open and asunder. They get everything you took from his house. He gonna get it back out of you, one way or the other. And your children shall bear the sins of the father. The Bible said the father's sins shall hang about the children's neck. You have to be careful what you do in God's house. You have to be careful. We just dealing with protocol. I haven't even got down the list yet by kingdom building. Haven't get down there before, because your church should never be empty in a community. You should be in the community, reaching your community. In fact, I know it's hard. I did it. I know it's unfair. They're going to talk about you, look at you crazy, what you want. It doesn't matter. You just do what God told you to do and watch what he do for you. He's going to take care of you. He's going to give you the desires of your heart, and the people going to love you in the community. We ought to be so embedded in our community. When they lock up somebody in the community, they should notify that pastor in that community. Look, we got one of the members, the members here are over in the community. One of the people in the community say he did. They say that, Pastor, what you think to do? Now the tradition is hanging the church now, because the church ain't no good. They know the pastor sitting in there ain't worth a dime. That's why they locking him up, taking him to jail. There is no order because of how we have behaved. I keep saying it. I ain't done this stuff, but I can't say you talking about you without including myself, because guess what? I'm in the community too. I have a responsibility. We all are guilty. Who is my brother? And am I my brothers and sisters' keeper? Well, people, my time didn't expire. I got to go. Next week, Thursday night, is our Secrets in the Church. It's going to be on at 8 o'clock every Thursday night. I've reset it. We got it going. Tonight is just the beginning of picking back up, because we need to have some deep concentration and talking. Not just enough to be on here talking, but I want to see a change come to you, me, and all of us put together. I want to see a change come, that we can reach these people, because we got too much blood on our hand. And the only way it's going to happen, these secrets going to have to be exposed. The truth going to have to come out in order for us to free the people. Amen. 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 We're going to have to do the right thing. Praise the Lord. We're going to have to do it right, or we're going to have to get on out of here, because I'd rather see you live further days than to die in your sins and go to hell. We got to get this thing right. So the truth got to be exposed. I'm not having no sheep blood on my hand. My hands got to be clean. When he get me up inside and bring me for judgment, if I'm going to hell, I'm going to hell for what Lamar did. I'm not going to hell for y'all. Excuse me, not telling you the truth for $1. Not telling you the truth for some underwear from a woman. Not telling you the truth to look good. No, sir. No, ma'am. That won't be me. My words to you tonight, if you cannot walk in just what we talked about, the beginning of the protocol, you need to announce to your church, I'm getting that off. Don't let God kill you in your office. And some of you fired, you don't even know you're fired. Why continue to work going to hell if you're fired? I'd rather know I'm fired, look at it and see if I'm fired, get down on my knees and get forgiveness like David did. And if I have to dance in the street till my clothes come off and I'm naked, I don't care. At least I know I got a chance to make it back in the glory. All right, my time is up. I got to go, but I'll be back. And I'm coming harder than this. We're going to have some company on here. We're going to hear from some other leaders what needs to be done. Some of y'all going to get the pencil pushed on you, because I'm tired of looking at your foolishness. Game time is over. God bless you. Have a good night. And y'all sleep well now. And I hope this message stirred you up. Talk with you later. Have a good one.